But I'm so ready for my sober journey. Oh, I sound corny, but I'm so ready. But I'm so excited about it. Like, part of me wants to announce it up front. Part of me wants to wait till I get to 30 days. I'll see how I feel. But and I said, you may see me again, but I won't be drinking. Like, I want to cry. I just feel like it's a weight that's gonna be lifted off of me that I've been waiting for a long time. I didn't know I was gonna get emotional about it. Wow.
Hey, welcome back or welcome to my channel. I'm Suki J, and this channel focuses on health and wellness, motivation, and personal growth. As part of my journey, at the top of this year, I announced that I was starting on an alcohol-free journey. I don't know for how long, I don't know where it's going to take me, but I am currently, at the time of recording this video, on day 41 of no alcohol. So in my previous video about it, I discussed why I did it, what made me, decide to stop drinking. And this one, I would like to cover the first 30 days, kind of the nitty gritty of what was really going on in the first 30 days and how I was feeling. So the first, like, basically, to try to sum it up, I had really dwindled off of drinking alcohol. Once I reset in August of 2022, I would only drink here and there. So I had already eliminated buying it at home. I can't even remember the last time I bought alcohol at home. I was showing up everywhere sober, and then I would have a couple of drinks there. So that part wasn't a thing. I had already phased out drinking out, going out to eat and getting drinks, like all that stuff I had phased out. So that made it a lot easier. So during the week, that first week of my 30 days was normal. Like, it felt like normal, because even in between drinking, I go 2 to 3 weeks sometimes. So that Friday, though, which would have been day 5, my boss left. The whole time, he's been my manager the whole time I've been there, almost 5 years, and he left. It was his last day. So it was a rough day. I cried a lot. Just wrapping up the end of, his time there, matters and all that. It was like pretty rough. And it was a Friday, and I got off, and I was like, man, I sure like going, like, I would love to just go out and have me a couple of drinks. Like, it would feel like good because, it's just been a week. It's just like one of them moments, blah, blah, blah. So that was kind of a hit. I'm like, nope, can't do it. Just got to find another way to deal with how you're feeling. So I got home. I made some tea. I took a hot shower. I found a movie. I think I got some nachos on the way home, and I just chilled out. So that helped me feel better. Now, the next day when I woke up, I felt like $1,000,000. Anytime that I ever set out to not drink or plan to not drink, and then I follow through, like, the next day is amazing. It's like when you hit the next day, it's like, yes, I'm so glad that I didn't falter or change my position on it. So the next day, day 6, I was great. I was like, good, I'm on it. So whenever you stop drinking, what I've noticed is the first weekend, like if it's significant, you've been drinking like a pattern, that first weekend is always the hardest weekend. That first weekend, you're going to just feel, I remember when I did it some years ago, because I was on the health thing then, it was like that first weekend just felt so odd. It's not just the alcohol itself, it's the everything about the what you would normally do on a weekend. And then to shift it, it feels weird. So I felt like that. So going into the second week, I'm feeling good. I'm picking up momentum. I hit that second weekend, fine, no issues. I'm feeling good. Now I jotted some notes just to make sure I don't miss anything. It was getting much easier. So around day 18 or 19, I really started to notice my middle. So I've already been on a plant-based journey, and I eat relatively healthy. So I've already lost 68 pounds. So that part's intact. But I noticed that with the day 18 or 19 and not drinking, like my middle started to really go in. Like I felt like, so I don't know if it was like my internally inflammation was dissipating or what, but I noticed it like, wow, I can really see a difference in the middle. Like it's going down. So that was going on. And then I noticed that I kept watching stuff about alcohol. So it's going around the same way that when I gave up meat. So I've been on a plant-based journey for a year and 2 months now, no meat or fish. So when I started that journey, I didn't set days on that either. I just, start one foot in front of the other. I kept educating myself, watching podcasts, all of that kind of stuff, and I haven't went back to it. So now I'm diving into alcohol and like just really just drowning myself in what it does to our bodies, all that stuff. Just is basically turning me off because it's a habit. You know what I'm saying? Like even and there's this whole spectrum of addiction that I'm not getting into on this video. So no, I wasn't an addict and or alcoholic in the definition of the word where like I had to drink every day, or if I didn't drink I had shakes. It wasn't like that, but it's still a pattern. It's still a pattern of habits, and that can still be just as detrimental. It's considered chronic drinking. Like even if you drink once a week but every Friday, it's like chronic drinking is still having an effect on your body. So I just kept submerging myself in that kind of information to just basically kind of turn me off. Now I also mentioned that this non-alcohol thing, I feel like it's also a spiritual thing. It's not just me trying to take care of myself physically. I feel like it's something between me and God, and I addressed that in the last video. But I just started seeing all these different doors opening up because when I was taught like going back and forth with God in my head last year, I kept feeling like if I could just get over that hump and just stop the drinking, I really feel like there's some blessings on the other side. I really feel that God is like, man, like that one meme somebody mentioned, that one meme that's been on social media where it's like God talking to a little girl and she has the teddy bear and he wants to take the small teddy bear and she's like, no, but I want it. But behind his back is a bigger, huge, like a much better, bigger teddy bear that he wants to give her. But she won't let go of that one. Like that's how I kind of felt like God is like, man, it's a whole bunch. Like if you just get to the other side, like I'm over here waiting, what's up? So that has been pushing me. And I noticed like so I got I got chosen to be an ambassador for Marco Polo in this time. So I started on that campaign. I got asked to come and do a seminar. I just started seeing little things like starting to move like in the direction of where I want to move and that I need to be fully present for and not being like hungover and feeling like crap and all that. So I definitely see a difference there. So then I also had a nice little coaching session about time management. I just feel like I'm putting my energy, I'm not using a whole bunch of energy on should I drink, what am I drinking, and all the things that come with drinking. I have more room to like focus on what I really, really want to do. So by day 25, I was feeling very amazing. Day 26 was another Friday. It was another rough Friday. So I had done good the other like 3 weekends. So now I think we coming to like the fourth weekend. And I'm like, man, here we go again. Like, a little cocktail would be beautiful right about now. You know what I'm saying? So I wrote that down. And then I once again resisted. Yeah, I resisted. I didn't give in then either. And I woke up the next day feeling absolutely amazing. So I got to 30 days. I think that pretty much summed up like how I was feeling. No, day 28. Day 28 was a Sunday. And I had just got off of online church, and then there was a word, kind of like when you sacrificing and giving up things. And then I was taking a shower, and I often get downloads from God while I'm in the shower. And I just was crying, like, I mean, it was tears of joy. Because, like, in that moment in the shower, I reflected on the past year and a half and how much I've sacrificed, how much discipline I've instilled, and how much I have, like, progressed as a person. Like, I feel like a totally different person. And when I really reflected on it, it just brought me to tears. And then also in that same shower, because I've been living where I live now for almost 9 years since I became a single mom. And I can remember being in that same shower crying about not knowing how I was going to pay the rent. We had eviction notices, or they were about to get put out of daycare because I didn't have the money to pay. And I was just like, wow, God, you have really brought us a long way. And like, you've really changed me as a person. And I just was like, bawling, tears of joy. Like, so I just really feel this has just been instrumental. So then I made it to day 30, and that's when I put up the first video about why I decided to do it. But I'm gonna be, sprinkling more videos, and I think my door's about to open because my son's home. I'm gonna be sprinkling more videos about the topic. And I've gone out, so in that first 30 days, also I did not go out, not intentionally, it's just because I had stuff to do. So since then, I have gone out twice on a Friday to a hot jumping spot with no liquor. And one was like a reunion of people I hadn't seen over 20 years. no liquor. So I will be covering how that went in a future video so I can talk about that. So thank you all for tuning in. Until the next time, goodbye.